Good morning to all my YouTube friends. It's been a little bit since I've done a video, and I thought today I'm going to do a fun one about my camping battery, because a lot of people have asked me how do I get electric on the road. So today I'm going to be talking about that. So yeah, like I said, today I'm going to be talking about my camping battery because it was very important to me. Today I'm going to be specifically just talking about my battery, and I'll get into a little bit more in depth about that in a second. But in case anybody that doesn't know, camping batteries, sometimes they're known as emergency batteries. They are basically just portable power sources. Just as a disclaimer, these are not generators, so they do not produce their own power. They simply store it, as a battery should. And so this is my little guy. It is a Balder. I'm not really sure. I tried to research where the headquarters of the company is actually from. I don't know if it's a US company or not. I know it's manufactured in China. It could also be from Canada, I'm not sure. But this is a Balder 330. It can hold 288 watts per charge. And what that means is, it's watt power. So basically, if you plug in something that, let's say, runs at 1 watt, that's all the power that it draws, it will run for 280 hours according to this. If you plug in something that runs 280 watts, it'll run for 1 hour. So first, let's talk about charging and how that works. So this particular brand and this particular model is able to be charged 3 different ways. First way is through a solar panel. You see a lot of camper vans will have them mounted on their roofs. With this, they supply you with all of the charging cables that you need for the 3 different ways that you can charge. So I have my own hookup for my solar panel, which I bought separately. It is a 100-watt, hard-sided solar panel, meaning that at peak output, it can technically output 100 watts. I was never that lucky. At best, I think it maybe put out 45, 50. I didn't use it often. It was kind of a backup just in case, but it was nice to have. I still have that in the van, and I will show that to you. Right over there, I have it tucked away just behind my bed, so if I'm ever parked somewhere, I can just open up that side door, pull that solar panel out, stick it up on the roof, and then back behind those pillows, I have a small box that has my extension cord. I had to buy a 10-foot extension cord for my solar panel, and I plug that right into my battery, and it goes right to work. Now, obviously, you need a sunny day. Clouds do not help. The direction of the sun helps. You have to kind of tilt your solar panel at a certain degree. The time of day is also very important. You really want peak sunlight hours, which is midday. But again, I really didn't use that much on my trip. A little bit, but it wasn't my go-to. The second way you can charge this battery is through a 12-volt cigarette outlet type thing in your vehicle while you are driving. Very important. Do not do that while the van is off or your car is off. That will drain your battery very, very quickly. But whenever your car is driving or on and running, you can plug that right in there and you can charge it up. The third way, and it's the only cord that I have out, is just a simple, all you need is a wall outlet, and there's a small adapter there, and you plug that right in. This is the quickest way to charge. So from empty, if I'm down to 0%, if I plug it into a wall, I can have it charged within about 5 hours. With the car option, while it's running, that takes about 8 hours. And with a solar panel, at peak output, I would say that would be at least 8 to 10 hours. So not the most time efficient way to charge the battery. But now let's talk about design. I love the design of this box. It is very small. I think it's about 6 inches wide and maybe about 10 inches, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, 6 inches in length. It has this really snazzy collapsible handle, which is one thing that really sold me on it. I like the fact that you could flip that down and have a nice flat surface. Also on the handle, there are a light bar there, which you simply just turn on with this button. There is also a flashlight here, and if you hold this, it will flash for you. So if you are stranded on the road or something, you can put that out on the road and someone will see that flashing. It's kind of like a distress signal type thing. Up front, you have, you know, it might be easier just to show you this other way. So this is the front view. This is where all your controls are, where your power button is. This is your charging input jack, which is a DC cable, goes right in there. All of the plugs, except for this one because I cut it off, have a rubber insert just to keep dust and things like that out of there. So here is your power button, and you click that on and it has a really nice, easy to read, usable screen. I'm currently at 75%. I have 4 USB jacks, which I can run all 4 at one time. To turn them on, you just hit the button. That green light will pop on and you'll know that the USB is live. And right now, well, I have nothing plugged in, so it's reading nothing, but same thing with DC. You can press that on, and then you have another 12-volt outlet and then 2 DC ports. And then you have your inverter, which has a nice hard flip top. And you can charge, you know, you can plug in anything that has a 2 or 3 prong cord. But to run the inverter takes a little bit of battery. So if you turn this on, if I can get it to stay up, you'll see just to run it, it takes about 5 watts just to run it because it's, you know, an inverter. So that will factor into your output from the battery. So if you have something, if you plug it in that runs, you know, let's say it takes 10 watts to run, add 5 to that and you'll see a 15 pop up on there. So right now it's running, it's drawing 5 watts and it's telling me that it will run until empty for 51.2 hours, which is pretty good. On the sides, you have these rubber grips, which if you drop it or if anything hits it, that should safeguard it. On the sides as well, you have these slotted sides, which just allow the battery to breathe. If it does get too heated, if too much gets drawn, there is a integrated fan that will kick on, which is on either side. There we go. So you can see all the specifics and logistics and tells you, you know, your charging temperatures and all of that fun jazz. So as far as pricing, this was one of their cheaper models. This one, I believe I purchased for about $250. Might have been a little bit more, but you can buy it. I'll put it on the screen here because I just looked at Amazon the other day, which is where I got this. It comes with a 1-year warranty, and it's just great all around, but really, really great to have. Again, this is not a generator. You have to charge this in order for it to work. As far as for me, for my trip, I had this little electrical outlet thing that I had set up. There is an inverter back behind there, so when the van was running, that would power that up, and I would actually plug my battery into that while I was driving, especially on like long trips. So it really worked out for me, especially at night when I needed to run a fan. Great in a pinch if you need to charge your phone, laptop, you know, your tablet, GPS, anything small. This will not run major appliances like a toaster or a microwave or a coffee maker. This just doesn't have that capability. You know, a coffee maker draws at minimum 1200 watts, and this just will not do that. So as far as cons, it does have a couple from what I have found. The first one, and probably the one that bugged me the most, was it does have an automatic shut off. So from what I have researched, if the battery is not, if there are things plugged into the battery that are not drawing a specific amount of wattage, the battery will time itself out and turn itself off. So for instance, my fans only run about 2 or 3 watts when all of them are plugged in, and after about 2 hours the battery would just turn itself off. So in the middle of the night I would wake up and none of my fans would be on, but the battery would be off. I think it's just a power saving mode that it goes into. I think it just recognizes that not a lot of power is being drawn, so maybe it feels like something was just left on and forgotten about, and it turns itself off. So in a way it is kind of a good thing to have, but it was a little bit annoying in the middle of the night. The other con that I had was just the charging time. You know, it did take a long time to charge the other ways besides plugging it into a wall outlet. These are just really great to have in general. Again, this is Baldr, B-A-L-D-R, not sponsored. I've probably charged this close to 100 times and it is still the same as the day that I bought it. It's worked great for me. You know, I was a little bit worried on roads where it's really rough, because it tells you not to, you know, really bounce it around or hit it or smack it with anything, because it can damage the battery, but I have yet to have any issues. All around a great thing to have, even at your home. It holds a charge for weeks and weeks and weeks. I'm really glad that I got it. It fit perfectly in the space that I wanted it to. I like the fact that the handle folded down. It was nice and compact, because in a van, especially a minivan, you know, storage and space is key. But yeah, I love my little camping battery. It was a great purchase. Altogether, with the solar panel, with the extension cord that I bought for it, I think I paid close to $400 for the whole setup. Can't really complain. So I thought people might find that information interesting. Highly recommend for your van or your home or your tent or your camper. And yeah, so thanks for watching this video. I'm gonna try and do this, try to do this, similar videos once or twice a month. But if you have noticed, I have shed my long hair that I had on my trip. No more van man look for me. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see everybody on the next video. So take care. Bye.